So here's the question. Is sobriety really worth it? I came across this question in a forum that I usually look at. If you're a Reddit person or maybe you go to Yahoo News, sometimes they have forums for sobriety and recovery and those things. And one of the questions was, is sobriety actually worth it? In my mind, the first thing I'm thinking is like, this person might be in pain. Maybe they're coming from a place of, I'm trying to get sober. Maybe they're just coming from a place of like, I am sober. Now what the fuck do I do? So I want to answer this question. I want to be completely honest. And just remember that Tell Your Story is a channel about things that work. It may not always be fair, but we talk about the things that work. And trust me, you're gonna put the work in when you try to get sober from your worst vices. And we're talking from a position of, we do the work. Sobriety is a journey. You've heard the term, life is a marathon, not a sprint. Well, that's the same thing when it comes to getting sober. When I think about the life that I used to lead as a person of addiction to alcohol, I was drinking all the time. I hated the people that were around me. I even hated myself probably more than those people, that's for sure. Every day was about my next fix. It was about getting that shot of alcohol. It was about having a drink. It was about feeling numb to life and all the things that came with it, which was, judgment and just the W-2 job. So what happens in sobriety? What are the things that you go through? What are the things that I've gained by staying away from said alcohol? Just to give you a snapshot, hey, I got married to the woman of my dreams. I am more creative than I've ever been, drawing and painting and all sorts of things. I'm learning to open up to family and friends and creating relationships that I never knew I had, but were already there. Whereas an alcoholic, I was in a downward spiral about life, and I was just every day digging that hole a little bit further. Today, I'm living a life that, I create by making, better decisions, by being honest and vulnerable about the things that are going on in here and in here. Look, there will always be people out there that can put the bottle down. They can have a couple and then decide, you know what, I've had enough. But I am just not one of those people. So sobriety was really, it was the only choice I had. And if you think that by quitting drinking or the drug of choice that you use, that you're not going to be the life of the party anymore. Maybe you're going to be non-social. You're not going to be able to go to those cliques of people in the parties or other places, those trap houses you used to be in. Maybe you think that your anxiety is going to kick up by quitting these things. And let's be honest, for a little while, that will happen. You've probably been using and drinking so long that you've forgotten the little hobbies and habits that it takes to be social or to live a life that's actually worth living. See, sobriety gives you that chance to refocus your intentions about who you want to be and where you want to go. And by doing so, you get to live in a way that you've never done, and most people honestly never will. See, the problem with me drinking is that I tend to break out. Like I'm allergic. I break out in handcuffs. Heard that one before? Yeah. Corny. But living the life that I do today, I get to, aspire to be the best person I can be. Let me tell you a quote that I love. It's one that I heard from Will Smith. Maybe not somebody I should quote right now. He did happen to say that on the other side of fear is bliss, pure bliss. Everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear. If you can get over the hump of fear when it comes to getting sober, you're going to live a life that's, it's just worth it. We actually took a month off here on the channel, maybe 2 months, but we took some time off to do some things that were really exciting. My wife is getting ready to graduate from nursing school. I am getting ready to open up a booth at a local art festival. Very excited. That's the first time I've ever showcased my artwork. We're doing things that we've always wanted to do. And that answers the question. When you go into sobriety, you go into a plan of your own making where you get to decide and do the things that you honestly wouldn't do with your drug of choice. I hope that answers your question. Sobriety is worth it. Keep following the channel. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.